Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom. It's your brother Joshua back with another quick coffee break and a quick exhortation for the brothers and sisters in the truth. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? And I just want to come to, brothers and sisters today to kind of boost your spirit a little. And make you aware of something that really plagues a lot of Israelites, especially nowadays, due to the world and situations and things that are happening now and past traumas and things of that nature, man. A lot of Israel suffers from depression. Being in this captivity, for one, is a very depressing thing, right? Knowing that you're an Israelite, knowing that you are in captivity, and all the hell that it brings, right? And as much as you're trying to do to get yourself, in a mental health state or position to keep going, a lot of times you're vexed with something called depression, where your mind is, basically taking you to places that, you're trying to avoid to go. The depression is a very real thing. It is a very strong demon that has latched itself to a lot of Israel. A lot of Israel suffers with certain things like anxiety, and mental health, in all, feeling worthless, or anxious, or, just a lot of these things, helplessness, not feeling worthy, suicidal thoughts, low self-esteem, self-harm, all these type of things. That's depression summed up in so many words, and the thing is, it all starts in the mind. It's spiritual warfare at the end of the day. It's all spiritual warfare. These things happen on a high level because you separate yourself from the power, right, that guides you. The Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel, right? And the Lord has given you equipment and ability to fight these demons, right? And depression is a very, very heavy demon. And depression resides in your mind, aka the heart. When the Bible speaks of your mind, it speaks of the heart, right? And the Lord speaks about always keeping your heart diligent within the medicine that you need, which is the scriptures, to keep you aligned to fight that depression, right? And it's a hard thing, and it's easier said to be done, but you have to fight nonetheless at the end of the day, or you will be defeated. You will be destroyed without the protection of the Most High, man. Right? Let's get this precept real quick in Proverbs. Right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 23. It says, "Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life." So the Lord warns you to keep your heart with diligence, meaning to diligently search for the help, the comfort, and the need, the wisdom and the understanding of the scriptures, right? To keep you from falling into that dark place. Because if you stand and allow yourself to fight those things that bother you, you're going to fail every time. There's no help. There's no protection. There's no guidance without these scriptures, without the commandments, without the laws, without the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of the Lord. There is no protection, right? The shadow of the Almighty cannot cover you if you're leaning on your own understanding. The Lord is the one that's going to guide you to where you need to be. And you cannot allow yourself to fight alone in this battle, or you will drown and you will be defeated at the end. Right? Let's get another precept. Let's stay in Proverbs real quick. It's Proverbs 3 and verse 5. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, with all your mind, right? And lean not unto thine own understanding. Right? You cannot fight by yourself. You cannot wrestle with these spirits by yourself. And it says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Right? Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. So you have to fear the Lord and understand that he is the power that's going to guide you out of the dark place into the light. And keep your mind stable in these last days. Right? The Lord said wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of your time, right? Paraphrasing, it's going to be the stability of thy times. So if you're not equipping yourself with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High, then these depression demons, man, anxiety and self-harm and suicidal thoughts and worthlessness and, you know, the lack of concentration and feeling guilt and things of this nature, man, it's going to defeat you. You cannot lean on your own understanding. Right? Let's get another precept. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Right? Chapter 17 and verse 9. And it reads, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Right? So once again, when the scriptures speak about the heart, it's speaking about the mind, not the vessel that's in your chest pumping blood. It's speaking about your mind. So it says the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it, man? Right? You can't understand your own mind because your mind is always here. It's always there. It's always telling you one thing. It's telling you another. Right? You're always wrestling within your thoughts. How can I do this? How can I do that? How can I be better? How can I fight this? I'm not this. I'm not that. What should I do in this situation? What should I? There's no stability there without the Lord. Right? And it's desperately wicked. It's telling you all type of madness. Well, I'm dealing with this, so I should just go and do this way. Well, I'm worthless. Maybe I should take my own life. Things of that nature. That you know, your mind is going to tell you 25 different things that's not right. And that's why you have to lean on the Lord in all of his might, his wisdom and understanding in order to fight these demons and rid yourself from that heartache and the sorrow of your mind, man. Because your humanly mind is not capable to fight against these spirits without your help. Right? Because you'll never guess right. You'll always make a bad decision or a decision that can ultimately lead you down a dark path without the wisdom of the understanding of the Lord, man. Right? Let's get another precept real quick. Right, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, and verse number 14, and it reads, for the thoughts of mortal men are miserable. Right? Let's read that again. Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 14. For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain. And a lot of times we always want to use carnal devices. You know, we always want to, you know, go to something worldly to try to ease our pain. Right? And it says, for the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind, that museth upon many things. Right? So the stress of the world, right? The weight of what you deal with in the world, it presses down your physical body, your physical flesh, man. which causes your mind to muse or think or focus on so many different things, man, to try to get out of this situation. How do I deal with that? My bills are late. How am I going to pay it? How am I going to do this? How can I do that? This and that, so on and so forth. These things press down and destroy you if you do not equip yourself with wisdom to know how to navigate in these times, man. You become a foolish man when you think upon, worldly outlets to, ease your mind, like weed, pills, women, men, suicidal things, different things like that. When you start to want to partake in carnal things, it's going to destroy you. Right? It says it presses down the soul, in the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things. It says, and hardly do we guess aright at things that are upon the earth. Right? So we don't make right decisions on our own. That's why the Lord said, trust in him with all thy might and lean not unto thy own understanding. Because when you start leaning to your own understanding, you become a foolish man. And nothing that you guess is going to be right. Because your mind is going to tell you 50 different things or different solutions on how you should, solve this problem. But out of those 50 solutions, all 50 of them don't work for you, man. And you never thought for once to take it to the Most High and pray about it, fast about it, right? Get counsel on it. You never thought about that. Right, let's get another precept real quick. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 33, I think. The book of Sirach, chapter 33, and verse number 5. It says, the heart of the foolish is like a cartwheel, and his thoughts are like a rolling axle tree. So the thoughts of a foolish man is like a cartwheel. You always flip it. Thinking of this thing to do, thinking of that thing to do, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to ease my pain at this time, how am I going to fight this? Am I just going to sit and I'm going to sulk in my sorrow? I'm going to sit around and cry. Whatever it is, your mind is always rolling. And it's going to tell you 50 different things, man. Right? It says the heart of the foolish. You become foolish, man, when you don't reach and search out the wisdom of the Most High, man. And that's why a lot of people fall into that depression mode. It's because they don't know how to control themselves, or they don't understand how to handle a situation, and then it bears down on them and it beats them down, right? Until where they feel overwhelmed and they can't come out of it, right? Instead of, praying about the situation and really trusting in the Most High and knowing that he's going to be your help at the end of the day, you try to take the situation on yourself and you end up crushing yourself, man. You become heavy, depressed, right? Now you start feeling guilty. Now you start feeling worthless, ashamed, and all these things are demons plaguing you, adding more and more to you, until at the end of the day they destroy you, man, and they put you to death, right? And that now stress and depression and things like that, it's a real killer. It will really kill you, right? It destroys you physically, right? Let's get another precept real quick. Let's go to the book of Sirach. Let's stay in Sirach. Let's go chapter 38 and verse number 18, and it reads, for the heaviness cometh death, and the heaviness of the heart breaketh strength, man. So it breaks your strength. It can physically make you sick. Like you can literally get ulcers from stress and depression, man. Right? Heart attacks. aneurysms, all these type of things can come from you know, these depressions, thoughts and these spirits, man, weighing you down. All these things can happen, and it makes you forget of where your help is actually coming from. It makes you forget the Most High. It separates you from the Lord. Because you allow yourself to go to that dark place, you cannot no longer see the times where the Most High healed you in situations. When you allow these things to continue to bear you down, when you lean on your own understanding, right? You forget where your help actually comes from. Actually, when you start to get depressed and you want to fight that alone, that fear is what destroys you. The fear of not being able to overcome whatever it is that ails you. And that fear is what betrays you, and it ultimately takes you out. Right? So let's go check this out. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon real quick. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, right? Check this out. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17 and verse number 12, and it reads, "For fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors, which reason offereth." Right? It's a betraying of the thought, of the help. And that's what succor is, the assistance or the support, you know, at the time of need, of the time of your hardship, the time of your distress, the time of your depression, right? Succor is where you're supposed to be seeking, the succor of the Lord, the support of the Most High, right? The peace of the Lord in your mind. These scriptures, right? This is the medicine of life. The scriptures. Right? But when you fall into depression, that fear takes over, and now you're anxious. You don't know what's going on. You know, you start shying away from the Lord. You know, the Lord, the Spirit start to grab a hold of you and start to take you away. Now you start sulking. You know, you're sinking down into your couch, man. You know, you're turning out all your lights. You know, you're lighting candles and all type of stuff. You're cutting yourself, whatever it is. You're hiding away from everybody. You're shutting off your phone. You forget. Right? Because now you're in fear. And you forget where your help is or your succor comes from, man. From the Most High, man. You forget about that. And then you start reaching out to worldly things to suffice. To take that temporary pain, take that pain away from you. You know, temporarily. You know. And then you lose out in the end, man. You forget where your peace comes from. From the love. You know. Yeah, how about Shem Yahushai, man? All right. Let's get another precept. The book of John real quick. Right, it's the book of John, chapter 14 and verse number 27. It says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you." Right? So the Lord said, "My peace I give unto you, but not as the world gives it." What is the world's peace? Weed smoke, sex, cutting yourself, pharmaceuticals, the antidepressants, you know, crack, eating, binge eating and things of that nature, whatever you call it, stress eating. That's the world's peace, right? It says, "Peace I leave unto you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." So the Lord said, don't be afraid. Don't let your heart be troubled, because I'm your peace. I'm your succor. Come find me. The Lord seek Told you to seek and find, man. All these things are going to be added unto you. Seek the kingdom of heaven, man. Seek the peace of the Lord. And everything's going to be added unto you at the end of the day. You have to trust in the Lord. And understand that, hey, that depression demon is a monster, but it can be defeated if you just trust in the Lord, man. And remember that he's the medicine. He's the health, right? He's that's going to build you up when you're low, when you have nowhere else to go. The peace of the world has failed you. The drugs and all the partying and all that type of stuff, that has failed you, man. Right? A lot of times people, get stressed and stuff like that. They go to a gym, they work out, all the time and get the bodily health. But that's okay. Your bodily health is good. It's a beautiful thing. But what about your mental? That's not going to help your mental, your mind. Right? That's worldly peace. You can't forget that the health comes from the Lord, man. He's the one that heals you. Right? Let's get two precepts. I got two precepts in my mind real quick. Let's get this one real quick. Right? Let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16 and verse 12. And it says, "For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restoreth them to health, but the word, O Lord, which healeth all things," man. So the word of the Lord is what heals all things, man. Right? Reading on. For thou hast power of life and death. Thou leadest to the gates of hell and bringeth up again. So the Lord is the one that's healthy, man. Is your health, man. The Lord is the one that's going to bring you back. It's not the herb, it's not the weed that's going to satisfy you. Right? It's not working out constantly it's going to satisfy you. It's not the worldly advice or the sex or whatever it is that you go deal with, man. That's not going to help you, man. Right? It's the Lord that's going to help you. Right? Let's get another precept. Let's go to Psalms real quick. The book of Psalms. Right? Chapter 42. Right? And verse number 11. And it reads, "Why art thou cast down, O my soul? And why art thou disquieted within me? Hope thou in God, for I shall yet praise him who is the health of my countenance and my God." So the Lord is the health of your countenance, man. He's the one that's going to brighten you up, man. He's the one that's going to set you back on solid ground, man. But you got to reach out to the Most High, man, in these last days. You got to equip yourself with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to fight these depression demons, man. And get strength from the Lord, man. Because you leaning on your own understanding, your own mind, you cannot fathom the understanding on how to get out of these situations, man. The worldly peace or the worldly things. But you have to delight in the Lord at the end of the day. You have to give him the praise and the honor, right, in these last days. Right? Let's get another precept real quick. Let's stay in Psalms. Right? This is the book of Psalm, chapter 94. Right? And verse number, I'm going to start at 18. It says, "When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul," man. So the comforts of the Lord, man, is going to delight the soul. The understanding in the knowledge of the scriptures and how the Lord works. And remembering those times where the Lord took care of you. Right? You can never forget when the Lord took care of you in those times, man. You can never forget right? The accounts of the scriptures when the Lord dealt with your forefathers, man, in their times of distress, how he never left them, nor forsook them. How much more you? And he's going to take care of you in these last days, man, if you just trust in him, right? And leave these worldly devices alone and fight the depression with the one that can cure all things, man, where health and stability and strength comes from, man. Right? Let's get another precept. Let's stay in Psalms, man. Right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 77 and verse number 6. It says, I call to remembrance my song in the night. I commune with mine heart, and my spirit made diligent search. Right? So in the time of your distress, you have to commune with your mind, man, by giving it to the scriptures, searching diligently. Right? And it says, will the Lord cast off forever? And will he be favorable no more? And that's what a lot of people go through, man. That depressional thought of the Lord ain't dealing with me no more. I've lost my favor within the Most High. Right? And it says, is his mercy clean gone forever? Doeth his promise fail forevermore? Right? And it says, have Yahweh forgotten to be gracious? Hath his anger shut up his tender mercies? Salah. And I said, this is my infirmity. And that's one thing you got to understand, that this is one of the infirmities that you go through. Right? All men deal with something. The Lord said through much tribulation, you're going to enter into the kingdom, man. So all men deal with something. And that's why I said, this is my infirmity, and I will remember the years of the right hand of the Most High. I will remember the works of the Lord. Surely I will remember thy wonders of old, man. So that's what you got to do, is remember the works of the Lord, man, and know, hey, without the Lord, if it wasn't for the Lord, hey, we wouldn't be nothing, man. So you cannot be leaning on your own understanding and trying to fight these depression demons, man, and all this other worldly, distressful things that ail you, but rather reach for the Lord, man, and fight, man, and understand, because that's where your help is, man. You got to remember that. Let's get one more. Let's stay in Psalms. Let's go to Psalms chapter 27. Right? It's the book of Psalms chapter 27 and verse number 13. It says, I had fainted unless I believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. So we got to take that into consideration, man, and account with these scriptures, and know that depression is nothing but a demon that can be defeated if you trust in the Lord, man. So stand up and fight and stop getting jumped by these damn devils. Right? But with that, I hope it was edifying and you take these precepts and apply them to your life, man. Right? So with that, Shalom.